gut, 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 super gut, 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 super gut, alles super gut, 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 super gut, 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 super gut, 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 super gut.
Guten Tag and welcome back to Fabian's 30-minute meals. If you can't do it in 30 minutes or less, you're doing it wrong. I'm Fabian and you might remember me from such scientific publications as renewable energy, I'm a big fan, and buckets of sunshine. Today we're gonna do a brisket. So I have an Angus choice whole flat here. So we're gonna trim this up and we put a rub on it and throw it on the smoker. So we're gonna I already pretty much purchased the thing, so it will fit my rack for my smoker, which is a Bradley. So this fits nicely on there, so we don't even have to trim anything off the edges. Makes this easier. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the fat off and just slice some of this off, little by little. What are you doing?
Good for you.
We're gonna save some of the meat, or like this, because we can render the fat. We can use that later. So we're gonna try to get an more even layer of fat on here. So don't be afraid to take stuff off. Be careful. Sharper the knife, right? The more dangerous it becomes. Yeah. For the brisket, if it's nice and floppy, like this, you can bend it. It means it's a lot of meat. If you can't bend it when it's coming straight out of the meat section. It means it has a lot of fat in it, and you just pretty much skip it. Also, pretty much skip on the crappy meat. Just go pretty much the higher quality cuts. Brisket, slightly trimmed. This one didn't really require that much trimming. So I'm gonna use a mustard base. I'm getting the good stuff, the Löwensenf imported. Yeah, my mom sends this stuff over. So if you don't have a mom in Germany to send this stuff to you, you might want to try to get one. But, so we're gonna splurt that on here.
Why mustard?
It's just like a base that kind of it allows the seasoning to adhere to it, but it also adds a lot of nice flavors to it. I guess it's a spicy mustard, so it's a high quality mustard, not just, but you can use pretty much any mustard if you wanted to. I just like this one.
Does the spice of the mustard go up with quality, or can you also have high quality, not spicy?
Yes, they make different versions of this. This is their extra spicy. We are gonna fake smoke ring. Because smoke ring overall is a totally waste of thing. It doesn't do anything. So we're gonna fake one. All it does, we're gonna use some curing salt. Wow, it's, what was it? Sodium nitrite. All the smoke ring pretty much is, it's a reaction of the myoglobin, the red protein that includes the hem, which makes the meat red.
Sure.
And the nitric oxide from the smoke. So when it condenses on the meat, if you bake meat or cook meat, the myoglobin, when it hits temperature, it turns brown. So the nitric oxide just reacts with the myoglobin and preserves the red color, which creates a smoke ring. So by putting the curing salt on there, we're pretty much creating a smoke ring artificially. The wood that we use in while barbecuing will have the necessary amount of nitric oxide in it.
Okay.
So it can't, some of the wood cannot create a smoke ring because the chemicals are just not there. So we'll just rub the meat a little bit with our curing salt. We'll add some paprika.
Okay. Yeah.
And basic Montreal steak seasoning. So salt, pepper, and granulated garlic. That's pretty much it. So we'll throw that on there. Liberally, we'll rub this all around.
Yeah, thick.
Thick, huh? Like a big crust on it. So that pretty much is our brisket, and we're gonna put this in our smoker which is an electric smoker because I'm lazy as can be. So I'm gonna like to do the set it and forget it. We're not even gonna wrap it halfway through because we got time, so we don't need to speed up the process of cooking the meat. If you want to speed it up, you can wrap it at like after you've done with the smoke, you can wrap it in aluminum foil, which allows it to pretty much like continue cooking. It doesn't absorb any more smoke because the aluminum foil completely seals it. Or you could just transfer it to your regular oven if you want to at that point. You can wrap it in butcher's paper, which is, I guess, the general choice of most people to speed it up because it still allows it to pretty much breathe and absorb more smoke, but it still allows it to pretty much create more of a quicker cook. But our smoker is fairly small. It doesn't really, the meat doesn't dry out, and it creates a smaller environment. And if you need to, I don't need to wrap it. So I'll put that on the thing here. Carefully, I'll make it a little bit more of a mess. All right. Squish that on here so it all kind of fits on there. And then we'll go over to the smoker and we'll throw it in. All right, welcome back to Fabian's 30-minute meals. It's like 10:30 p.m. It's like dark outside, so we like have a little bit of lighting going on. But we want the brisket to pretty much be done tomorrow after for like tomorrow afternoon. So we're putting in as late as possible to let it go throughout the night. So I already set the smoker to 240. It's electric, so
get that.
It has a heating element on the bottom here that like actually you can see it glow. So it's set at 240. We're using these oak pucks that get fed onto a heating plate and generate the smoke. So I'm going to turn on the smoke here. Smoke on. We're going to smoke for 4 hours, and we're going to feed some of the briskets forward, or the little thing. I'm going to add some water in the bottom to add moisture to it. So I got a pan of water here. I'm going to slide in. It's also going to function as the catch for the little biscuits here. Before I put it in, don't lose the temperature. We're going to put our heat probe in here. I'll put one on each side. Skewer that right in there. Exciting stuff right here. We'll put this into this guy right this side. Open this guy up. Put it about in the middle because we're not contending with space here. I'm just going to feed the things through the vent on the top here. Like that. So we'll close it. Bye brisket. We'll see you tomorrow when you're done. And we'll stick it in here. Now a little probe. One red, one used to be yellow. This actually is Bluetooth, so I can see it on my phone. And I should turn on here at some point. There we go, on. And we had 45, well 48. Look at that, it's already going. All right, 45 one probe, 48 the other one. And we'll just wait till it hits 190. All right, we'll see you when it hits 190. Woo. Until tomorrow, have a good night. All right. Good morning and welcome back to Fabian's 30-minute meals. So the brisket has reached temperature and we're gonna pull it out, wrap it in aluminum foil and put it in the cooler to pretty much sit there for 2 to 4 hours. So we're ready to serve it. So this was done a lot faster than I thought it was gonna be. So my wife is gonna film this right now. And I need the other glove because this is hot. Hot, 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 hot. So we'll pull this guy out, take the probes out. Out. Take a look. Look, see, it has a nice bark on it. Still aluminum foil. Alright, got my gloves off. It took a while. Alright. Hi! Hi, Karen. Good morning. So we're gonna wrap this up real quick.
Be careful!
Take the other aluminum foil, go the other direction. Alright, we'll put this in the cooler. I'll put some towels down. Let's put the crappy towels on the bottom, right? Alright.
Can I make some?
Alright.
Can I make some?
Okay, that's it. Right. Yeah, we're going to do a little bed for this guy. Alright, hold on. I'm going to put it in. So, now we'll close it up. If you want to come a little closer, watch it go in its little basket. There's a little bed. Then we'll put the other blanket on top. Yeah. And the lid.
And I'm gonna be doing it.
Alright. And then we'll see you back in 2 to 4 hours when we're ready to slice into this guy.
3 hours later.
All right, our brisket has rested, but we want to like make some Brazilian cheese puffs to go with it. So I don't have tapioca flour, but you can make this less traditionally by just using some cornstarch. So for this, we need a blender because this is the blend version instead of like the dough version. So but we're gonna do it for 48 little Brazilian cheese puffs because we're hungry, right? And you can freeze these things for later, so there's no big deal. So we need 2 1/3 cups or 2/3 of olive oil. So I got 1/3 right here. So we're a little short on 2/3. It's all right. We'll throw in some ghee to make up the difference.
See episode 6.5
Yeah.
on how to make ghee.
So that's about the stuff that we're missing. We'll throw that in. All right. We need 2 eggs. So we're gonna test the eggs real quick to make sure that they're still fresh. So the fresh egg should lay down flat on the bottom. It's standing up. So this one is not as fresh as it could be. See if you can see that. So this means it's still good to eat, but it's not fresh, which is like makes it good for baking. So I put a fresh one in. See how that will lie on the bottom? Oh yeah, it lies kind of flat. So that means it's a fresh egg. If it floats on the top, kind of comes up and floats, or floats in the middle somewhere, it means it's no longer good. So we're gonna throw those in. 1, 2. We'll need 2/3. We'll double that for 6. Like right? So
Good luck.
yeah, I only need 4 of these. These are like 1/3, so 1/3, 2/3,
Another 1/3
3/3,
and another 2/3. Sure.
4/3. So we need about 2 teaspoons of salt. Throw that in there. So we'll need 1.5 cups of cornstarch for the base, which makes it 3. What this one? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we don't like it, we'll try it the more traditional way with tapioca flour and potatoes. And we'll need. Oh, I put milk in, right? Yeah, I put the milk in.
Yeah.
Or we don't want to more milk then.
Yeah, that was our whole 4-6 situation.
Yes. There's a big screw up there. All right, cheese.
Woo! Dodge that bullet.
Yeah, touch that one. All right, well, I'll probably like blend this down first.
Super gut, alles super gut. Willst du mit mir tanzen?
All right. Whew, my ears. All right, we're gonna scrape down the sides real quick. And we'll add some cheese.
What kind of cheese?
I'm actually going to use Swiss Gruyere. You can use mozzarella, Parmesan mix, or traditionally it's more like it's a cow's cheese, like very mild. We're going to use a little bit something stronger in the Gruyere. So pre-shred it. You can shred it yourself. All right. 1 cup cheese. Close it back up. Manual mix here. Start slow and go fast.
Holy moly.
I know. Maybe it's not blending. It doesn't like blending. It's dense.
It will not blend.
Okay, so we're gonna spray our muffin pan. This is 48 muffins. So we'll spray this down real quick. All right, and then we're gonna fill these not all the way to the top. We'll leave like about 1/8 of an inch space. If it actually is gonna flow here or not. Whoa, this might take a while.
Too much cheese there?
Once the flow starts.
Sure you didn't do too much cheese?
You can never have enough cheese, right?
Looks like you got an 1/8 inch over.
I'm going way over. We'll figure it out later. Actually, I might as well just.
How does one figure it out? Like you take little chunks and move it from cup to cup?
Yes.
It just takes so long.
This doesn't pour the way I want it to pour, so we're just gonna make it the way I want to do it.
Have you done these before?
No, I've never done these before. This is the first time ever making these.
So we don't know if this is the proper thickness
I have no idea.
or not.
No idea. And
What is that
No, this
actual utensil called a squeegee?
no, I'm just gonna call it a squeegee right now.
Oh, okay. I am gonna say I think this took just as long
Probably.
as it would to just pour individually.
You're for short.
All right, give me.
Okay, so we're gonna throw this in the oven at 400 for 15 to 20 minutes. They should be starting to puff up and turn golden brown, at which point we should be able to pull these out. So let's give it a try. We're gonna throw this in. We'll come back, we'll set a timer. Timer 15 minutes. And start, and we'll come back and take a look at those guys. Okay, so it's 44 Brazilian cheese puffs. It did take a little longer than 15 to 20 minutes, so they've been in there for about 25, 27 minutes now. So we're gonna pull them out. They look pretty ready. All right, we turn this off. Steam everywhere. So they haven't risen as high as I would have expected, but they look done. All right, so here we are. Let's see if we can get these all out at once. All right, so let me push these into like a little bin and we'll cut into the brisket. Okay, so we're ready to do our brisket, cut into this puppy. But, like, look at my cutting board. It's just spinning like crazy over here.
What are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do? Oh no! Well, to pretty much prevent that, I've just wetted 2 paper towels here. I'm gonna put those down. Just any which way. I'm gonna put the board on it. And it's much more stable, so it doesn't slide. And so it makes a much safer cutting surface. So, we'll get our brisket out of our cooler. It's been in there for about 4 hours resting. So the juices hopefully have flown right back in.
Super good, 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 super good, 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 super good. Alles super good.
Unwrapping our brisket here.
Good, good, super good, 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 super.
Pull this over here. Here we are. Let's kind of cut through the middle and see what we got. Moment of truth here, right? Look at that smoke ring.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Hold that up over here.
Look at that. And there's juices just flowing out of this. The nitric oxide definitely bonded with the heme and preserved the color of the muscle, so it's nice and pink. And so let's serve this up and see how it tastes. Tell. These guys on there. There we go. So we can serve that with your favorite barbecue sauce. I did not make any for this one, or you can eat it without it. I usually eat the brisket without it because it's just flavorful enough by itself.
Yeah.
You want to try it? I'll film you again trying it out or something. I don't know.
Yes. This shot here in my undershirt that I wore for filming.
I can slide over and just like show your hands only.
Yeah, like here up.
Yeah.
Boom.
How it turn out?
Pretty good.
Guess what?
I think you've done a better one before.
Oh,
I think.
probably.
Good though.
But it's edible.
got
How are the cheese puffs?
Oh yeah.
Crunchier than I was hoping for.
It's like cheese bread
Yeah.
from like Red Lobster.
Oh, Red Lobster.
Kinda. They have like cheese biscuits.
Oh, cheese biscuits.
It's kind of that
But
kind
not
of
as
flavor.
soft.
Yeah, they're not quite as soft. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's just because the outside, the inside is.
Yeah,
the inside's pretty crispy.
I think what I did-
pretty soft.
yeah.
The outside's just kind of a crust.
I
It's
think
almost
we'll-
like a pizza crust.
I think we'll still have to do it again. I think that works like a second try. Then we can compare the tapioca flour and more traditional recipe to our makeshift one. Well,
All right.
So, that concludes our Fabian's 30-minute meals. If you can't do it in 30 minutes or less, you're doing it wrong. Today's stuff was brisket and Brazilian cheese puffs. So we'll see you next time. Auf Wiedersehen and guten Appetit.